My name is Angie Lynn. I will be your child's teacher this year in the part-time 3's and 4's class. My little friends will call me Miss Angie. Welcome to my room. This is my 9th year at Weston Kindergarten, and I'm looking forward to this year as well. There will be some changes this year. Some of my friends are repeating from last year. It'll be a little bit different, but I want you to know and assure you that I will utilize every second that I can of the day. They will begin their day through the drop-off line, coming down the stairs and into the restroom. I'm going to go ahead and let them have their snack early on, and we're going to wash our hands and do everything prior to their snack. They'll come through the breezeway area where you would normally come in and sign in. My friends from last year will recognize that. And if there's anything at all to drop off, it'll be done there in that cubby area. They'll come here to the homeschool area, find their frog on the log, and move it to the lily pad. I thought that I would go ahead and introduce you to some of my centers in the room and give you a little brief explanation about those. So this is our reading center where, of course, we're reading stories and exploring books. We also have little activities inside. We have glasses to wear and little speaking phones and things like that are lots of fun. They will have magnets with their names. They can spell out their name with their magnets on a cookie sheet. There's little activities in the reading center, so it's not just about books. Over in the home center, this is where they role play. They are acting out what they see at home and using their kitchen, their table, they're loving on their babies and taking care of things like that. Over here in the block center, it's kind of a long center here. I've got 2 sections, so I can expand this block center into 2 areas. In this area, they can explore, they can discover, they can build, create, and use their imaginations in lots of ways. In our science center and math center over in this area we call the square, they will have manipulatives and hands-on activities. There will be experiments going on in our science center, and also sensory tubs and different little sensory items that we're going to also be setting up in this area. It's really fun to pull a tub and have random items in that tub, and they just get to take those items and create whatever their little minds see, and so this area is for that. And of course we'll be cleaning our hands and making sure that all of those safety things are done before they begin to touch the sensory items. Now this area of the room has a dual purpose. So it's a free center where there are lots of imaginary things they can do, pulled from farm animals, dinosaurs, dollhouse, lots of variety of things here. But I'll also be using it as my circle time area. And so we'll be doing most of our daily focused learning and those type of things from this area too. So right over here is a writing center. Now these things will change weekly. There will be different things for our theme that will go here, but also just focusing in the beginning on fine motor skills. So it won't just be about writing, it'll be also building those muscles in our fingers to be ready to write. Now this area is the calming corner, and some days are easier to separate from mom and dad than others, and so if they need just a little bit of time to come over and use their sensory items, things that will help them learn to calm down, it will be in this area. And of course I'll be assisting them with that as well and making sure that we are all clean and safe. Now, when you receive your orientation packet, there will be a few things inside. This bag will be used for your extra set of clothing that will come and stay at school. So that would be a top, a bottom, underwear, and socks. And then inside of the baggie is going to be your staggered week schedule, You're going to also receive a welcome letter from me, and it's going to give you a lot of details about discipline. It's going to talk to you a little bit about our communication. It's going to talk to you a little bit about our curriculum. I'd also like for you to please send in a picture for our family tree that's over in the breezeway as well. So if there's a moment where they just need to see a picture of mom and dad, they've got one here and ready. Also, our frequently asked questions will be in that packet. This is an app called Blooms. You'll be putting that onto your phone. We have a code here that will help you, that will access just my class. So no one else in the school will be seeing your Blooms. Your Blooms is your class, and it's also an information-free way for me. I'm able to post things onto Blooms so that you can see what we're doing in the classroom. If there's been anyone who prefers for their child not to be pictured, that's okay too. I will make sure that I follow that as well. But I will primarily be communicating through Blooms and text. So if you have questions, you can also message me through Blooms, but also text, so that's fine too. So go ahead and enter this Blooms app and get your code. I will have to accept you first to make sure that, you know, we're all good and safe, and then we'll get started. I've already got some things there for you to find. There is your yearly schedule, kind of at a glance, as far as days off and things like that. You may already know this, but Knox County will determine our inclement weather. So if we have a delay or if we're out for a day for weather, then we're going to follow Knox County for that. So if you want to watch on the news and watch for closings, you'll be able to keep up with us that way as well. This is just a new way that box tops, they're not clipped anymore. They're scanned through your receipt. So I've got the information for that, which is wonderful. Really, they're worth like 10 cents a piece, and they add up. I think at one year I had $600 just from my class, and we were able to buy new equipment for the playground. So those dollars are really important. So please be sure to clip those. In this packet as well, you're going to have your car rider tag. Now the tag, there's two of those, one for mom, one for dad, or if grandma is picking up or grandpa is picking up. So there's going to be one for 2 cars. It's really easier if you can clip those onto a hanger and hang it from your rearview mirror. When they're laid down on the dash, they're really hard to see. So especially this year with different processes with pickup, it would just really help us to get through the line quicker if it's hanging from your mirror. Thank you. Now, the next thing I wanted to let you know about is your child's folder. Now this will be going home on the first day. I think at this point what I'm going to do is have those come back about every 2 weeks. I'm going to keep you posted on Blooms about what I'm going to do. I'll also warn you, if you can send them in this week, I'll let you know through Blooms. Inside the folder is things that need to come back to school. Here is our pouch that has our parent communication, your tuition and daycare things will go into that pouch. This is my classroom schedule, what it looks like. This is a little bit more detailed information about my schedule. This is just a little helpful alphabet thing that they can go through with and practice their alphabet. This lists the days of the week and the months of the year. A little bit later on for my 4's, there'll be another sheet protector here with your sight words and something else, but I can't remember. All right, so also I'm going to send home some information about reading at home and some other things to help them get ready to write, and maybe even throw in some Play-Doh to help build those fine motor skills. I did forget to mention one thing. Inside your letter that comes from me, your welcome letter, is information about our safety lesson. Now this is required from the state. and I do have to have your permission. You have, of course, the right to say yes or no. And so if they will participate, you'll put their name and sign it. If you don't want them to, that's fine. We will provide a place for them to go during that time, so they won't even be in the room if you prefer not to do that. There's more information in the letter, but we just talk about safe touch. And I keep it very simple. I don't use any terms. It's the areas under your bathing suit. So I keep it very simple as far as that's concerned. Also, as far as safety and trying to keep things just individualized for each child with their hands staying clean, is the pouch that they're going to have for their items, and those will be kept in their cubby. So they're going to be learning how to be independent and going and getting their items and bringing them to the table when we're ready to work. I think that's it. If you have any other questions, please feel free to give me a text. And that Balloons app is up and running and ready to go as well. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow and also in the beginning of the school year. I just want to thank you for having faith in Weston Kindergarten, and God bless. We'll see you later.